After unifying 3 titles with a masterful display against Luke Campbell, many believe Lomachenko was at his peak and that there were very few fighters that could even challenge him. Loma had one thing on his mind: to become undisputed. But what followed would be one of the most misunderstood chapters in his career, as he had to battle through injury, inactivity, a war in his home country, all while challenging rising young hungry contenders. However, the older Lomachenko showed and proved that even when time caught up with his body, his mastery in the ring were still a level above. Today on Boxing Life, I'm going to take a look at the key moments at the end of Lomachenko's career and show how insanely good he still was. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First up, I want to take a look back at Lomachenko's fight versus Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo was considered one of the brightest prospects and contenders in the lightweight division, proving his worth as he defeated Richard Commey in devastating fashion for the IBF lightweight title. Naturally, this was the fight to make, to crown an undisputed champion. The fight was planned for early 2020, however as lockdowns took place, the fight was pushed back into October 2020 and in what would have been a fight in front of a full arena, instead took place in the top-ranked bubble located in the MGM Grand. Going into the fight, Lomachenko at 32 was still the massive favourite. Behind the scenes, all was not well. Loma had actually suffered a right shoulder injury during the camp, an old issue that had flared up again. While he couldn't train at 100% during his camp and even considered pulling out the fight, but that wasn't Loma's style. He fought anyway to try achieve his dream. Unfortunately on fight night, the first half simply didn't look like the Loma we're used to. He was cautious, inactive, and the bigger, younger Teofimo took advantage of this, controlling the pace of his jab and bodywork, racking up the early rounds. There was a late resurgence from Lomachenko, showing he could fight for the pain.
Natural weight class. He's much more comfortable at 130 pounds, but at the time, just not a lot of good fights for him to make. Not a chance for him to really unify. And
power of Teofimo versus the multiple combination punching from Lomachenko. Beautiful slip underneath. I mentioned the level changes. He sets that up with beautiful boxing, great judgment, and good range. Ooh, good shots from the champion.
Beautiful shots. Got to be clear because we got two champs in there. And he's got him back up against the ropes. That's where he wants Loma. And a good counter combination landed there from Lomachenko.
No lower, we're good.
A lot more jabs being thrown by Lomachenko through 5. Only 28 jabs thrown by Vasily Lomachenko through 5 rounds.
And defense is very important, but it's not a key to victory in this fight. Based on how they're fighting at this level, because you don't know what it feels like in there. Good body shot there from Lopez.
I mean, I don't know if having, good right hand to start here from Lomachenko. I was going to say having the long layoff, having no crowd. I'm searching for some sort of answers as to why what we're seeing, and other than the size of Lopez and the early shot that he landed, I mean, really no adjustments have been made to this point from Vasily Lomachenko.
I mean, last round we did see him push the action a little bit more. Yeah,
that happens.
Not something that generally happens in a Loma fight because of his footwork, but we did see it just there.
Ooh, beautiful hand speed there from Lopez. And back with the great counter combination comes Lomachenko.
And a good body shot, too.
There we go. There's some work from Lomachenko on the inside as he continues to work. Russell Moore letting him work in the clinch.
Loma with the straight left hands, the jabs, getting rough on the inside.
Lopez in control early, arguably winning the first 4 or 5 rounds on the cards, and then things starting to tighten up a little more the last few. Obviously not the case with Vasily Lomachenko, having gone the distance multiple times, 12 as a pro, as he, for the first time, pushes Lopez back.
Lift the bucket, lift the bucket, lift it.
Here's that straight left hand, look for the right hook over the top. Lomachenko does not fight well going backwards. Ooh, good counter there by Lomachenko. I like that straight left hand to the body from Loma. He needs to do more of that.
And a little bit different energy here. It's so hard sometimes for these big fights to really live up to the hype, you know, especially after what we just saw 2 weeks ago with Zepeda and Baranchek and that type of fight. Things now starting to heat up from round 8, 9, and now 10.
I'm seeing some big threats from Lopez.
Notice a nice right hand. And another good combination from Lomachenko. Lomachenko getting a little more of his rhythm now. Oh, that left hand to the body. A good answer by Lopez. Ooh, good combination there by Lomachenko. Lomachenko has another good 2 rounds. I mean, you could be looking at a draw.
He's gonna need it.
I mean, it's gonna be close here. And of course, starting this round off strong is Lomachenko knowing how to fight. The percentage that Lomachenko lands does not compare, but still 34 punches in that 10th round fight.
Loma still needs to be careful, though. He has a very dangerous man in front of him. He's getting in there, being a little bit reckless, honestly, and you know, he's got a young guy in there with big power. I think can hurt him, so he needs to still be cautious, even if he's going to be more offensive.
But knowing that he is just seconds away from arguably becoming a unified world champ, these two are going at it as they battle to the bell. Time! Of the lightweight division, it is over.
It was a strong finish from Loma in the second half of the fight, one where it looked like he might pull off the comeback. But in the final round, it was Teofimo who responded with the best work of the night, the young star winning a unanimous decision. Teofimo put on one of his best performances, but this also wasn't a fully fit Lomachenko, as days later after, he actually underwent shoulder surgery. Although he wanted the rematch with Teofimo, this was denied, and Loma would have to go another route to get his redemption. His return opponent would be against Nakatani, a 6-foot-tall, durable Japanese warrior who'd actually given Teofimo Lopez one of his hardest fights. On paper, this was a risky comeback for Loma. This was no tune-up. He was physically imposing, rangy, and had knockout power, but Loma had a point to prove in this one.
And is here to answer any questions that remain about where he stands in the 135-pound division. But Nakatani has a little something to say about that. As he is the tallest and longest opponent that Vasily Lomachenko has faced in his professional career. As Lomachenko works his way inside early. So he has 6 consecutive opponents that are all taller and longer than him. Of both fighters, and a good left hand landed for Loma in that round. And again, good shot backs up Nakatani to a neutral corner. Nakatani saying the emphasis in this camp was on his speed, feels like he has the advantage in power, and actually believes that he will use the distance better as he tries to hold on and almost bring distance.
Lomachenko there on the inside.
Oh, and catches him with a good right hand too. Nakatani using that stick as the gauge, but gets pulling straight back by the left hand for Lomachenko.
It's good to start the body, work your way up.
Beautiful short left hand from Loma.
Perfectly timed.
Again, beautiful jab there by Loma. Oh, catches Nakatani backing up again. This third round by Masayoshi Nakatani.
Good slapping right hook over the top.
Oh, and then Loma comes right back. And down goes Nakatani, who was quick to let the referee know that was a slip.
So I'm wondering what it's going to be later in the fight with those body shots.
Oh, beautiful fork, and that is a knockdown.
Replay of that knockdown. That hand around for 5. You see combinations on the inside, cuts an angle, does Lomachenko, keeps his hands going. Beautiful head movement there.
Maybe that last right hand, I mean, their feet did kind of get tangled, but they're, and especially if he thinks that was a slip, he's only going to come back more fired up.
Again, Nakatani, not a guy who really seems to get frustrated.
Big shot!
Big right hook.
Big shot! Nakatani in trouble in the corner, takes another big shot, and flies back, but lands the shot to the body to keep himself in this fight.
Nakatani throwing back hard on the inside as well.
Nakatani back down to the body.
Here we see replay from that last round. Big shots, and it was the right hook on the chin that seemed to really rattle Nakatani, push him right back into the ropes. Fusillade of punches from Lomachenko as he had him pinned there. Here we see the straight left hand down the middle, and that right hook right there clipped the chin of Nakatani. Bang! Big left hook followed by the right hand, and it was that right hook that really seemed to shake up Nakatani. He has his hands out in front of him and kind of out around.
And with the fighter's superior speed, as Lomachenko as he clips him once again, as Nakatani looks hurt.
top, cuts underneath, and then right back to the left hand. Doubles it, triples it, quadruples it.
Lomachenko just so precise with his combinations. He doesn't waste a lot of energy in terms of throwing punches that don't count. That one certainly counted right there with the left hand.
He's not even using the jab. It's just a straight left hand. Oh, good jab shot. Perfect counter jab there from Lomachenko. Oh,
again, that one almost sends him down. Oh, yeah, there's another one for good measure. He is holding on right now. What a chin Nakatani's shown right now.
I don't know how much more Nakatani can take in this. These punches are really having an effect at this point.
He would love to stop Nakatani, something that Teofimo Lopez did not do.
His legs are not there.
He's got a minute and 35 seconds against a fighter whose legs just look like they're not there. And Nakatani grimacing at that shot, holding on for dear life.
His legs do not look good, and he's not getting out of the way of
Oh my goodness.
his corner shot.
Oh, he is holding on. My goodness, in autopilot is Nakatani as Lomachenko continues, and it is over. Vasily Lomachenko has stopped Nakatani in round 9. Where I want to show myself I'm better than what I showed. He showed that tonight. Question answered.
He showed question answered, and here we see just the tremendous punishment that was getting put on Nakatani in round number 9. Fight was stopped just at the right time. I mean,
he almost wanted to go down, Chris.
He didn't want to go down. He didn't want it to be stopped either. Which is just he's a warrior, true warrior. His spirit was never broken, but the body couldn't go on.
From the opening bell, he broke Nakatani down. It was a punishing, surgical beatdown, and it was a massive statement in his hunt for the rematch with Teofimo Lopez. The Matrix was still very much online, and he was coming for everyone, £135. At this point, Teofimo was scheduled to fight George Kambosos Jr., hoping that after this fight, the rematch could be made. Loma, though, would need to get past another former opponent of Teofimo's against the former lightweight champ Richard Commey. This fight was scheduled a few weeks after Teofimo's. However, in boxing, the theatre of the unexpected can happen, with Teofimo having a shock defeat to George Kambosos Jr. Now, Loma just had to get the win over Commey to possibly get the chance against Kambosos Jr.
And there is a wave of support for Loma. Left hand comes in from Loma. Three times he's been able to land body punches here early on. There's a left hand to the body. And see the angles of Lomachenko as he gets around to the right. Now Commey meets him in the kitchen.
That front foot step shuffle. You got to throw your left hook. Hands are free.
Andre Rozier, the trainer for Richard Commey, has been stressing, keeping those hands up. There's the lead left again. Then he goes to the body. Sharp shooting now. Look at that from Lomachenko.
I like how Commey inside, he's not looking for any particular punch or to land any particular place. He's just throwing, and when he does that, he's had success.
You're absolutely right. That has been his best.
And he's exerting energy. You gotta watch the comeback, and here comes Loma.
That's the foundation to his footwork. Oh, what a shot! Right on the chin! And the combination. Commey stands up to it and fires back. Oh, we got good stuff at MSG tonight, folks. This right here.
Commey got to find a way to cook that foot outside, that lead foot outside of Loma. Loma's winning that battle. Range to get back in range and hit you with shots like that.
And then finishes downstairs. That was a left hand to the body that finished that combination. And good work by Commey to fire back. Back to that southpaw jab. Little uppercut on the inside, goes back to it. Sometimes he just probes with punches.
So he's trying to open Commey up. That's all he's trying to do. But Loma better be careful because Commey, good shot right there from Loma. Commey's covering up and he's waiting for Loma to pull back and then he's trying to counter.
That was masterful work with the body punch combination.
There it is. Bye. Where are you?
Just circled around him.
He'll give up good body shots. Ooh, like one right there. So they don't get a chance to get a breather. He wasn't always like that. He wasn't always like that. Loma, a lot of guys just get bewildered and they get beat mentally before they get beat physically. Doesn't seem to be the case with Commey right now, but Andre Rozier gave him the right instructions. Back him up, keep digging to the body.
Oh my! Just sensational from Loma.
It's unreal. Beautiful left hand right there. Richard Commey is a bit bewildered right here. Against the ropes, nice short, crisp. Right hand, right over the top, right on the chin. Boom. Commey's not good.
Left hand comes in. Loma ready to close the show. Now just trying to survive. The former #1 pound-for-pound best in the world. Lomachenko gives it a look at the legs of Commey. He can barely stand up. Lomachenko's telling the corner of Commey, you should stop this. So prideful.
Get you knocked out.
It can be too tough for your own good sometimes. Uppercut lands, wobbles Commey, batters him upstairs. Raining in shots on both levels is Lomachenko. Commey finds the strength to punch back. Sweeping right hand misses and Loma lands a left again.
Just looking for the one good shot.
He's looking for that left hand, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
See if Commey reaches with the right hand.
That's exactly what he's looking for.
Commey reaches with the right hand. He's going to fill that gap. Trying to get under that elbow to the body. It has been evident all night long.
Lomachenko simply put on one of his best displays versus Commey, and despite Lomachenko knocking him down and urging Commey's corner to stop the fight, he seemed to carry him for the rest of the rounds, maybe not inflicting as much damage as he really could have. After the fight, he stated he wanted his chance.
Wanted to come out here and showcase that you are the best lightweight in the world. Do you feel that with this performance you set yourself apart?
I said before, I don't like talking about myself. We have in this weight division, we have a lot of great fighters. We have a lot of top fighters. So we can organize a lot of great fight in the future.
George Kambosos upset Teofimo Lopez. He said, I'm going to see what Devin Haney does. I'm going to see what Gervonta Davis does. I want to see what Lomachenko does, all within 2 weeks. Do you think that you are the man that stood out and needs to get that fight for the undisputed title?
Yes, of course. Of course. I need this chance, and if God give me this chance, I take it.
Finally, are you willing to go to Australia to fight George Kambosos if that's offered to you?
I will go anywhere I need to go to fight him.
After the Commey fight, the path seemed clear. Lomachenko was back, looking sharp and chasing undisputed. But life has a funny way of throwing spanners in the works. In early 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. And like many of his fellow countrymen, Lomachenko put everything on hold, returning home to join the local territorial defence unit, swapping gloves for uniform, not knowing if he would ever step in the ring again. The government did allow him to go and face George Kambosos Jr. for all the belts. However, he chose his country over his career.
Your mind focus on your family, on your people who are around you, and about safe life. Nobody don't understand this moment if you don't live there. It's a very, very hard moment. Then you go to bed and hear sirens and run to basement and stay. Nobody knows how long you need to stay there.
Nevertheless, as the war continued, he decided it would be best to return to the ring, not because the fire had dimmed, but because he wanted to fight for more than just himself, for his family, for his country, and his legacy. The comeback opponent, though, was actually one of his former sparring partners, the undefeated Jermaine Ortiz, a big, fast and mobile fighter who already had an idea of how Loma operated. Early on, Ortiz gave Lomachenko serious problems, very much using his physicality and size to his advantage. But Loma stayed calm, adapting and chipping away. By the championship rounds, he managed to pull back the fight.
That sequence right there, Loma didn't throw a punch, but Ortiz gave up a lot of energy trying to stay away from Loma, and that's part of the process that Loma wants to start.
Good experience for Ortiz that he had a year ago as Lomachenko was preparing for Richard Commey. Chose not to really take it fully. That's the opposite of what Ortiz is doing early on against Lomachenko. Ortiz is bringing it. Ortiz is going for it at least.
And that's who Ortiz is.
Right. So when they sparred, he's got a job to do. Not be Ortiz at his best, but give him the best look at Commey, who obviously is a standard power right-hand fighter.
He got that Tim Bradley thing going on. Right?
Interesting. Two interesting analogies there.
Bing, 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 bing.
Loma gets him. He clipped him with the left hand. He clipped him with the right hand up top. Now he gets him in the corner before Ortiz ties up. Ortiz came forward trying to land a right hand. Loma got him with a short left right before the bell.
You see a lot more urgency from Loma. And now he's trying to pay attention to the body of Ortiz. He's trying to go downstairs to slow him down. Oh, big left. Ortiz took it well.
Combination with Lomachenko. Power punches was 12-6
with that shot.
He did. Opens it up well here in round 6.
Straight left hand down to the body. Got Ortiz's attention. No doubt about it. You see him fold over after Loma landed that shot.
Stepped right to him. Countering over the top and shooting off 2 more behind it.
Yep, there's the switch right there. That's what I was talking about. That lets me know that Ortiz understands that, hey, Loma's trying to work his way back in the fight. Now I got to do something different, so I'm going to switch southpaw.
And that's what you have, southpaw against southpaw to close out round number 6. And he gets off a combination, tried to go to the body, and tried to back him up. So there's your changeup as we come to the halfway mark. It's that right eye that's now back with the power hand, and now he goes back orthodox. Ooh. Swelling under the left eye became mostly pronounced in the 5th round, worsened in the 6th. Yes, you do.
Himself. And you got to give him credit as well.
Loma landed the left hand, asserting himself from the start.
Of Ortiz. Exactly. That's not many. Actually like to see Loma spend more time inside like that. Hitting to the body, raking shots over the top and underneath because he's having success every time he's there. Loma's been here before. He's trying to turn it up. He's letting those hands go now.
Body shot came in, and then a left hand split the guard.
This is it for Ortiz. These last 2 rounds, this is the championship space. This is what you've been dreaming about. This is what you've been thinking about. He's got to go right now because Loma is going to go.
Been doing this since you're 7 years old. Got to make a dream come true. Lomachenko then goes to the body after that. Dug a left hand to the body after backing him up.
That's why we see Ortiz holding on, trying to recover. Release and fire. Release and fire by Lomachenko.
This fight proved to be a very tough fight for Lomachenko, especially after the layoff. It certainly wasn't vintage Lomachenko, but it was enough to get the victory against a tough opponent, proving he could still compete at this level. His next fight would be his opportunity to become undisputed champion. The build-up for this one was tense. Devin Haney was very confident, even a little dismissive of Lomachenko, while he had all the physical advantages, being younger, taller, and longer than Loma. With Loma being 35, and fighting well above his natural weight division, there was already a narrative that this would prove too much. However, Lomachenko in this fight turned back the clock, using combinations, angle changes, and powerful jabs throughout. It truly seemed like this would be his night.
Loma step forward immediately.
Loma on the inside lands a short left hand. Haney trying to work behind that jab. Here's what Loma does on the inside. Lets the hands go. Nothing met with force there.
Good
back out
defense
to
from
range.
Devin Haney. He's already cut the distance already. He's gotten close.
Yeah, but he's not landing, Tim.
No, he's not landing.
Now, Devin Haney looks like a man with a game plan. That's just to Loma that I'm here, I'm bigger, I'm stronger. And you see Loma doing his typical step to the side, matrix type of foot movement, and he likes to land his shots off of his angles. And this is a good sequence at the end of the round from Lomachenko as well.
End of the round had the 4-punch combination by Loma.
But the physical strength of Haney said no.
Nice counter right there.
And then the counter right hand from
off
Devin
the back
Haney.
foot. Oh, there's a combination from Loma. Getting mid-range.
Loma closing that gap and letting those hands go.
Yeah, Loma, you want to keep doing what he's doing in his last round and a half.
Headshot lands.
Keep pressing, keep causing disruption, keep trying to close the distance, and make Devin Haney
Uppercut comes in.
that he can do something about it.
Southpaw jab set it up, and Loma with a combination here in the final minute of round 3, and then a left hand hits the target. Lomachenko, he had moments late in that round.
Just taking advantage. Out of position right here. Devin Haney trying to slide in and tuck. Beautiful shot right there.
Both fighters fighting a good fight.
Yes, they are.
It is.
High-level stuff.
As advertised, exactly as advertised.
Oh, straight left hand down the middle.
That's what's happening for both fighters right now.
Small adjustment right now for Haney. What he's doing is now he's operating on the back, trying to keep his distance. Nice hook right there. Check hook as he's off the back foot.
To back Loma up, but he's boxing very well on the back foot, being a counter puncher.
Oh, southpaw jab snaps back.
That was a leaping jab.
Good counter from Haney.
Down on the firing range. He doesn't move his head well after he shoots a punch.
It's deceptive because Loma will be to the side of you, but yet land a punch right down the middle.
That's that Manny Pacquiao. That's what I call that. Get his head.
Trying to sweep with the right hand to the body. Loma able to use his footwork to get out of the way.
Again, that double left hand is coming straight down the middle on Haney. 2-1 combination right after that.
Chopping down.
Good body work.
Right hand to the body again. Comes back with a left to the body. Then goes up top with a short right hand. Lomachenko with a 3-punch combination that was capped by a short left uppercut on the inside. Now both men trading in the kitchen. Lomachenko a 1-2 before the tie-up, separated by Harvey Doc. Let's see if he gets to the jab and stays on the outside. Oh, Loma! Left hand from Loma.
3 shots, 3 left hands from Loma.
Full counter coming. Straight left hand, double left hand is coming. Good jab.
Southpaw jab from Lomachenko instead.
Let's go, blue corner, let's go.
Look at his stick right here from Loma. Wow, nicely placed. Set his feet right away as Haney was trying to get into range. Again, straight left hand from Loma. Can't miss with the left hand.
Snap the head back of Devin Haney.
Straight left hand, can't miss. Haney stand on that line. Starting to see some fatigue right now from Haney. That was a good body shot. They traded shots right there, going back and forth. Oh,
good shot. That hurt.
He hurt him with
down
that.
on the inside from Lomachenko. Lomachenko's best moment of the fight. It comes in round 10.
But you see, Loma's not moving back anymore. He's not moving backwards. He's walking forward now.
Little by little, inching forward.
He's trying to set a trap right now. It's the left hand he's looking for.
Catches him again with a left hand.
There it is.
Big round for Lomachenko.
Yeah, the clearest round for Lomachenko of the night.
Big Loma round the last round. Beautiful straight left with a right counter. Boom, another 2-3-piece combination. He's all over the place. Haney can't find him, and yet he's getting hit all the while. Step aside, that was behind the head. That was probably the only punch that straight, but every other shot was clean.
There is under 6 minutes to determine who's the undisputed champion. And he told him you're winning the fight. Combination from Lomachenko again. Championship rounds, and Lomachenko has momentum. Razor close. So hard to score so many rounds up until the last round.
But this is that point when I was
Another
saying,
combination from Lomachenko.
Loma trying to leave a last impression for the judges right now. Beautiful sequence right there, the 2-1 combination. That was part of the breakdown.
Up jab, southpaw jab, and another one. Lomachenko so accurate right here in round number 11.
And physical test.
And he's looking like the bigger man right now with the physicality. Because Loma's not slowing down.
No, he's coming. Next round,
The smaller 35-year-old seems like the younger, bigger man.
2-3 punch combination from Loma. Right in Haney's face, daring him to throw, daring him to shoot a shot. Because he's in range to counter and lead at will.
And his technique has gone by the wayside, meaning Haney. That's the reason why Loma is having success. Oh, beautiful body shot.
Look at this work from Lomachenko.
Good defense right there from Loma. Staying close. Staying close, though.
Shot on the way out, though.
There it is.
Good combos from Loma.
Here he comes.
Good counter from Haney.
Haney tries to go underneath.
Who's gonna close? Good shot right there from Haney.
Right
Good
hand
touch.
from Haney again, Jered.
Little touch up top from Loma.
But Loma's staying close enough. You see, he's staying close enough, absorbing that body shot, and he's throwing his left hand right after.
Comes with the left hand. They're gonna bring it to the bell. High drama all night long. Loma combination, Haney back to the jet. Hey, that was great stuff. That was great, high-level stuff right there for 12.
In the second half of the fight, especially in rounds 9, 10 and 11, was Loma at his absolute best. Flurries of punches, sharp combinations, and the kind of movement that made Haney look unsure for the first time in his career. It was a closely contested fight, but the majority felt he had done enough, as Loma looked set to become undisputed. But when the cards came in, all in favour of Haney, the boxing world erupted.
We go to the judges' scorecards. Dave Moretti scores the bout 116-112. Tim Cheatham and David Sutherland both score the bout 115-113. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney!
Devin Haney is 30-0.
Many believe Lomachenko had done enough, some even calling it a robbery. Others just called it heartbreaking, as Lomachenko would miss out again to become undisputed. And we were unsure if we would ever see Lomachenko back in the ring after this one.
Close for 6 years. And he can take as much pain as you can dish out. That's what the holding the breath is about. That's what all his idiosyncratic physical and mental training is about. But what you're seeing right there, he's not a matrix. He's flesh, he's blood, he's aspiration.
To me, it's the gentleman he was proven inside that ring because he could have taken a chance.
I had a chance. I lose this chance. On the paper, I am not a world championship, undisputed world champion. But inside, if we talk with Teofimo, okay, it was a close. But if we're talking about Haney, it was not a close fight. I know, I understand, I win this fight. People knows about this result, about this robbery.
After this heartbreak against Devin Haney, many assumed that this was the end. Lomachenko had given everything that night, physically, emotionally, and still came up short. He was 35 and was undersized for the 135-pound division, and had nothing left to prove. But champions don't walk away quietly. When the IBF lightweight title became vacant, Lomachenko raised his hand at the opportunity. His opponent, George Kambosos Jr., the former unified champion who shocked the world by defeating Teofimo Lopez, only to lose his belts to Devin Haney. For Kambosos, this was a shot at redemption. But for Loma, it was about legacy and earning one last chance to become a two-time lightweight champion.
Do you have a message for Vasily Lomachenko, who's sitting right over here to your right?
Well, Vasily's been, very quiet when he's been asked about George Kambosos, so that's his kind of style that he wants to do. But for me, I'm coming to win the fight. You'll see in my eyes in a few minutes.
And I think the question was along the lines of, could this be your last fight or close to your last fight, do you believe?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't know what happened after this fight. I don't know how is my body will be.
Despite being 36 years old, Lomachenko looks sharp as ever, and from the opening bell, completely dismantled Kambosos Jr. in what would prove to be one of his best performances.
Marching forward, Lomachenko does better work when he's coming forward than he is going backwards. He has exactly what he has. Kambosos is exactly where he needs him right now.
Three-punch combination, left hand behind that southpaw jab. Coming to the end of round number 1, Lomachenko and Kambosos from Perth, Western Australia. Southpaw jab from Lomachenko. He's able to close that distance and send a left hand.
He followed him out that time. Kambosos, he'll take that half a step back, sometimes a full step back. Lomachenko has him thinking right now. If you get Kambosos thinking, you got him.
He has gone through management changes. He has gone through trainer changes. This is not the same group that led him to undisputed status. There's an exchange on the inside as Kambosos tries to land the left hook and time Lomachenko.
Away from the right hand, getting around, and you get around to the side. Now you're in a clear, advantageous position to be able to land your offense and get away with shots. Nice body shot right there from Kambosos.
Oh, good exchange to close out the third. Look at this stuff. And that is a different version of Lomachenko, if that comes to fruition, than we have seen in recent fights, than he has admitted to. Oh, and there's a good combination up top as he is headhunting Kambosos. Excellent work from Lomachenko here in round number 4. Before it materialized, that Lomachenko has downloaded the information and now has it, because you can see it in the second half of this 4th round.
And you starting to see the frustration coming right now from Kambosos. He has no clue where those punches are coming from, Tim.
No, even on that angle to the right. That's just a fact. Sends him off balance with that left hand.
Right now, what Loma's doing is a slow beat. Slow. He's just slowly softening him up. All that stuff he worked on in camp is now out the window.
Sports Center coming your way next. Round 7 of our championship fight. Lomachenko trying to make more history. Comes with that sweeping rear hook. And that is a slip. That is not a knockdown, but that pressure being applied by Lomachenko. Nakamura, Timmy, we mentioned it, that his father, George Kambosos Sr., tried to have him replaced.
That cut just opened up. I wonder if it was from a punch or a headbutt.
They were dealing with that earlier. Doubles up the left hand again with that off angle to the right.
Oh, getting off of that angle, that weak side angle.
Kambosos sometimes looks up and thinks he's going to be there, and he's not there, but what is there?
No. That footwork of Lomachenko is exceptional tonight. Whoa.
Another headshot. That was the short right hand, the southpaw lead hand, but that right eye is worsening on Kambosos. But that's great to hear from Tank Davis, a willingness to say, yeah, Lomachenko's next.
Oh, there.
Meanwhile, Lomachenko sits at the top of just about every CompuBox superlative.
How that 6-minute or 3-minute stare down, that path for Lomachenko to undisputed is ridiculous. The fighters that he's going to have to face.
Well, the division's loaded.
Like Shakur Stevenson? I mean, Tank
Maybe
Davis?
next week, Navarrete. And
Body
there
shot.
we go. Body shot scores the knockdown in the 11th. Isn't enough. Loma says, take that to the body. And now he looks to close it. And he does. Lomachenko's a champion again. Knockout victory against the Aussie down under. Welcome back, Vasily.
And throw the right punch at the right time. And there's the body shot. That's the body shot right there. There it is. Wow.
There's the body shot.
Winner of TKO, fighting out of the red corner, and new IBF lightweight champion of the world, Vasily
Lomachenko. And you said at this weight class it's very difficult. How did you make him return tonight?
But it looks like knockout, not Lomachenko. But, you know, we train hard for this moment. I want to say big thank you to my opponent. He is a strong man, he is a true warrior. And of course I want to say thank you, big thank you to our God Jesus Christ, to my team, Egis, my manager, Andre, my father, Ras. Of course I want to say thank you to Top Rank who give me this chance, be champion again, Bob Arum. And of course for all people who support boxing. God bless you.
After this dominant win over George Kambosos Jr. and a world title around his waist again, the next question was obvious. What next for Lomachenko? Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis immediately began to circle in the conversation. Both high-stakes matchups, and legacy-defining in their own right. Despite fans and media calling for one last super fight, Lomachenko quietly stepped away from the spotlight for the rest of the year, deciding to spend more time with family, recovering his body, before deciding his next move. And then in June 2025, Lomachenko announced his retirement from professional boxing. Loma decided to go out in a high.
I'm grateful for every victory and every defeat, both in the ring and in the life. I'm thankful that as my career comes to an end, I've gained clarity about the direction a person must take in order to achieve true victory, not just in the ring, but in overcoming the old self. Only then can one receive their true reward. And of course, I wouldn't be remiss not to thank you, my dear boxing fans around the world. You have always supported me with passion and lived through unforgettable fights alongside me for over a decade. I hope you continue to love and respect this sport, just a passionality, because the men who step in a ring risk their health for the sake of their families. Peace to all.
Reflecting on Lomachenko's career, you can't ignore that incredible amateur record of 396 wins and just one loss, arguably the greatest amateur record we've ever seen, not to mention 2 Olympic gold medals. And it's no wonder there was so much excitement when he turned professional, as Vasily Lomachenko was never just another fighter. He could truly be an artist in the ring, trying to paint a masterpiece in the canvas, making the impossible look effortless, whether it was outclassing world champions, making them quit, or giving everything in the face of defeat. He looked to take on the best, even when the odds were against his favour. He showed that his technical mastery could defeat much bigger and stronger men. As I've shown in this documentary, the twilight of his career, he did remind us that even against the young lions that were much bigger than him, he was still able to evolve and show his brilliance. And although many people will question his legacy due to his record, most will remember him for how he made us feel when he fought. He inspired fighters across the globe to train smarter, move better, and think deeper when you're in the ring. He made you truly appreciate the art and science of boxing. For that, we must be grateful for Lomachenko's time in the ring, for the magic he showed us, the lessons in defeat, and the ability to show your class when everything is against you. And for that, thank you, Lomachenko. This has been Jamie from Boxing Life. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the twilight of Lomachenko's career, and what was your favourite moment in this period. If you want more like this, I recommend you check out my part 1, where I cover Lomachenko's prime. Or why not find out about some of the techniques he used. As always guys, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.